Losing track of how much anchor chain you've got out when you're dropping anchor? Well, in this video, we're going to show you a foolproof way to know. Welcome back to the Rudder. My name's Brooke and this is Damien. We are on board our Merry Fisher 895 Antoinette, and as you can see, we're on the bow and Damien's doing a little bit of maintenance. So I thought I'd bring to you some great ideas of how to know how much anchor chain you've got out. So as the first mate, it's pretty much my responsibility to drop anchor and do the maths and do the counting. It can be a little bit stressful. So we've tried a couple of strategies and we've come up with hopefully the last way that we're going to keep it for good. So I used to do the maths and you just never quite know. I don't know, I got a little bit anxious. Then we painted the anchor chain, and after a while, different colors. So I think it was white for 5 meters and then white and red for 10 meters, then blue. So every 5 meters we do it. But then we found that the paint eventually wears off. So we're going to bring to you what we hope is the last way we're going to keep it for good. So what are we doing, Damien?
So we've got some chain markers. So these are plastic things that go in the chain. Whoa. So we're at anchor at the moment, and you can just see just how poorly the white has really stayed on the chain. This is the 10 meter mark, so often we're putting more than 10 meters out. At the moment, we're in about 600 mils, so we've got 7 meters out for basically half a meter. It's a very low tide, so we can't move. So this is a little job we're doing, but there you can see the markers put in. So there's different colors. I'm putting white again on the 10 meter mark to replace the white that's already come off. We've got blue on the 15, which is in there, and we're going to put this red on the 5. It's underwater, so that'll be a job for later on. This isn't a very easy or fun little task. If you do go down this route, here's a quick little tip. In this bowl I've got washing detergent with just a little bit of water. So these are really slippery. Watch out for things flying overboard. And I've got 2 screwdrivers. One's a really wide flathead and then just a little tiny flathead. And the rope's just here so all this chain muck doesn't go on the deck. So basically these go where the weld is on the chain and in between there. So they go out either side and they get lodged in there, and they can go through your windlass. That's what they're designed to do. All right, here we go. Obviously doing this on camera is probably not going to work very well. So you get it nice and soapy, put one side in where the weld is, hold it in place, get your bigger flathead and just try and squeeze it through without damaging it too much, keeping the pressure on the whole time. And that's what the rope's there for, to keep pushing it through. And then you can see it's just coming out the other side. Oh, that's all the paint. And then you can use the little one just to help it pop out the other side. And you can, when you've got both of the corners through, you'll see it, and then you just go along and make sure it's all flipped out. Oh, perfect, like that. So that's locked in place, and there we have our 10 meter markers. So each packet marks about 25 centimeters of chain. Obviously you need to know the size of your anchor chain. Factory on the Merry Fisher in Australia and New Zealand. Don't quote me if you're in North America, you're probably going to use 1/2 inch chain. This is 10 mil chain, so you need to buy these obviously for your right kind of chain. There's 8 mil chain and there's 10 mil chain, and there's probably ones for larger, or maybe larger boats have a chain counter, but we're using this method. It works really well. So there we go, they're all locked in there. One final test, we're going to run the chain markers through our windlass just to show you that, that's what they do. So we're going to go down till we get our 10 metre mark. And so there they are, just there. You can see them lined up as our 10 metre. So they just went through, and we'll just put them back through the windlass. Whoopsie. And not a problem at all. I hope you enjoyed that short little video. Anchoring is probably, one of those crucial points of boating, especially if you've got a merry fisher. It's something that you're probably going to want to do all the time. I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any comments or questions, leave them in the comments down below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time on the Rudder.